Hi FlossTube, I'm Jane
And I'm Amelia.
and we're here to talk about our April crafting. So we've had a pretty awesome April. It's been school holidays for the last 2 weeks and I took both weeks off work and my husband took 1 week off. So it's been really cool just getting to spend some time with the kids. We went to see the Shazam movie, which was what? Did you like it?
Yes.
Funny? We also went to the Sydney Easter show. What did we do there? What did you go on?
I rode a pony.
Had a pony ride. What was Mum's favourite animal that we saw there? Do you remember?
No.
The alpacas. And I made you hug an alpaca, which you weren't very happy about. What other animals did we see?
We saw a cow.
A cow? Did you pat one?
Yeah. I pet 2 cows.
And we saw some pigs, some chickens. What about the little baby chicks?
Yes. I petted 1. 2, I mean.
How old were they?
I don't know.
2 days old.
Oh.
They were so cute. And then you also got a show bag.
Yeah, I got a ninja show bag.
We got to see some of the cross stitching which had been entered in the show, and there wasn't actually very much, maybe 10 or 15 different cross stitches had been entered, so it kind of inspired me. Maybe next year I might enter something in our show and see how we go. What else did we do on the holidays? What are you wearing?
Oh, I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt.
You want to stand up and show?
It's a Yoda shirt.
A Yoda shirt. So we went to an exhibition called Star Wars Identities, and that was pretty cool. I got to see a lot of Star Wars costumes and models and
characters.
Yeah.
We actually made our own characters.
It was very cool, wasn't it?
Her name was Sir Hug-a-Lot, and she was an Ewok, and I was a normal human, and I was a Jedi, and my name was meant to be Nip, but I pressed an O instead.
Okay, so now we'll talk about some of our stitching. As always, I'll show my previous finishes. This was something I finished back in, oh gosh, either 2017? Yeah, I think so. You want to show it? And explain what it is?
It's a Harry Potter pillow that is in my room, and that's Ron's white rat and Hermione's cat.
Yeah, so
she put fluff in it, I think.
I made this. I've made this for Amelia with Ron and Hermione and Ron's rat, whose name is Wormtail?
Yes.
And what's the cat's name again? Do you remember? Crookshanks?
Oh yes, it was something beginning with C or G.
These were a free pattern off Etsy, but I can't quite remember the name. I can look it up and maybe put it in the show notes at the end. I've made the cushion myself. It's all stitched in DMC, 2 threads over 2 on a 28 count fabric.
Because you never actually had fancy floss there.
And I've just sewed it into a cushion and brought a cushion insert.
She hates sewing, like she said.
Yes, but that's not too bad. So it's been used a lot, so it's gotten a bit flat. We might have to get another cushion and put in there. Make it a bit more puffy again, yeah? So that's a previous finish, which I thought tied in well because I've jumped on the bandwagon and joined the School of Magical Stitches and Literature. I've been sorted into the Gryffindor house, and yeah, it's just a fun thing. So we both, well, I love Harry Potter, and then of course my kids love Harry Potter, so it's a fun way to incorporate that into your stitching. And I'll talk about, I've only joined a week ago, so I can talk about the homework assignments and what I've done for those. So let's get on to what I've been working on. So the first one I'll talk about is this. Do you want to hold this up?
This one's been. Oh, I want to hold that. Oh, my pillow.
Talk about it.
This is the Plum Street sample. Is the Wool and Flax Company.
And this one was one of the new market releases. So let me hold up how much I've done. I might actually put some cardboard behind this.
Okay, whatever.
Otherwise,
As long as you can show it.
so I'm about halfway through.
Halfway through my face.
It's there's a lot of work in this. It's not full coverage, but it's
Baba Black Sheep.
it's certainly got a lot of coverage. But very pleased to be almost halfway through that.
Next time, don't try and destroy it.
So, do you want to just pass me that pattern and I'll pop it away? We're sitting outside today because it's a beautiful autumn day.
But I
And
am very cold.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Should have put a jumper on.
Yeah, that's why
It's
I.
starting to get cool.
Yes.
It's been a long summer. And the next one I've been working on is this.
The Inn at Fox River Mill.
Hold it up.
1845.
Everyone can see.
I think I've shown you this before.
I've got a lot of this one done, so I'll show
And
you.
she just has to do the house and a bit more. I think. I'm not sure.
So I think last time I showed you I would have been sort
Halfway.
of halfway. So I've done this tree and this inn and the tree. I finished the stream, the fence. And so I did use this project to work on my Magical Stitches homework. We had to stitch 300 stitches on a tree. So I used this tree and this tree to make up the 300 stitches. And we had to do 300 stitches on a building. So I was doing the roof and the chimneys, and I've started coming down a little bit on the
And you
end.
hit my face.
Sorry. I should have mentioned before, so this is stitched on 36 count parchment by Weeks Dye Works, and I'm using all the called for colours on this project. The Wool and Flax Company is stitched on 40 count Winter's Brew, and I'm also using all the called for colours on that project as well. So, there's my, sorry, just want to put stuff away because we're outside.
And she doesn't want to lose them, I guess.
I don't want to lose them, but I don't want them to get dirty more than anything. But I really love this. I'm so excited, and I'm hoping I might be able to get that finished in the next month, because there's not a lot left to do on that.
But it's strange
What's strange about it?
that I don't actually think Harry Potter and his friends get homework.
Okay, and then my last one to show you.
She's done a lot on it, and it is her, what's it called again? Halloween at Hawkeye Hollow.
That's correct. I've just dropped the
I
thing. Do you want to hold that up? Halloween at Hawkeye Hollow.
She's doing this one, the Headless Horseman, and she's also doing this one.
Yeah, so I finished that this month. So,
And she wonders what
Finish
they're
this?
saying. I
And
see two snakes.
I've started this one.
The Headless Horseman.
And then that's what it's looking like so far. Still my favourite piece to work on.
The hollow.
When I was working on the Wool and Flax Company and the Inn at Fox River Mill, I just really wanted to get back to this. So I've lost my needle. That's not good.
Oh my gosh.
That's alright, we'll look for that later.
Nope.
yeah, so that's all my stitching that I've done this month. Oh, and I did have a fully finished object.
I'm going to take it this time again. It's
So I did this yesterday.
her rabbits with these thread cutters. I don't know what they're called.
Scissors.
Oh.
So I don't know whether you remember, I finished this back on New Year's Eve, finished stitching it, but I had to actually sew it onto the spool. So it's got a hole through there that you can
Put your...
rest your scissors.
No, you rest your thread
Your
cutters.
thread cutters, which I have been using it, but obviously hadn't sewn this on. So yesterday I took the plunge, and I'll show you my sewing.
I don't get how you
That's it
cut
there.
with these.
So the two ends around. Oh, don't cut paper with them.
Oh,
Thank you.
if they're scissors, then you should be able to cut
My
paper with
sister
them.
had been to Japan, and she brought me these or this little
Needles.
sewing kit.
Oh, you said
Hey.
they were needles.
So the lid comes off. It's got
Some
I'm not going to take them out, but it came with, I think there's
Japanese
5
stuff.
Japanese sewing needles in here, and these thread cutters, which are super sharp, and they're so tiny, but they work really great.
Can I have them?
No.
Oh, you already have some thread cutters.
And the needles themselves are so nice to sew with. So I was really nervous about doing this because I'm not particularly
A
great at
sewer.
sewing. But I think I didn't do too bad a job, and these needles really helped a lot. So I'm actually now feeling much more confident because, as you know, I've mentioned before, I want to make some little pillow ornaments and stuff like that, which I haven't done before. And of course I'll machine sew a lot of it, but then I'll have to hand sew after I finish stuffing it. So I'll be able to use these needles to do that as well. So I loved using these, and I'm really, really happy with this. So I have this sitting next to me on my little side table when I'm stitching, and it's a nice way to have,
Side.
yeah, a nice way to have another finished piece that
It's
isn't
just
framed,
sitting next to
something
you.
different.
That's not framed. I don't really want to see that framed.
So my plans for May, it's Stitch Mania, but I don't think I'm going to participate because I think I mentioned in my last video, I'm really keen to just get some things finished, and it was great to get that finished, but I don't like having a lot of different projects on the go. So I'm keen to get some of them finished. I'm hoping I can get the Inn at Fox River Mill finished, and I'd like to get the block that I'm working on for Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I'll definitely get that finished, and then hopefully that central block with the 2 witches, if I can get that finished as well. And if I can do that, maybe I'll allow myself a new start, but really I want to start getting some finishes in. I typically have not been someone who likes to stitch a lot of things. I do like to have more than one thing on the go because it's nice to switch around, but I could never have 10 or 20 projects on the go. It would just overwhelm me. So I think at the moment I've got about 6 projects on the go. That's enough. That's more than enough for me. So if I can get a couple finished, and then I might start a new one. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to do Stitch Mania, other than just keep working on my whips.
Stitch Mania.
Stitch Mania is where you start a new project every day in May, for the month of May. So every day you start a new project. So that means by the end of May you'd have 31 projects on the go. Now you don't have to do it every day. You might do it every second day, or you might do it for 19 days because it's 2019. But I'm not going to do it. Some people are just doing a new start each week of May.
That looks
but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep working on my current projects. That's my plans. So, do you want to talk about what you've been working on?
I made this egg, and it's very light
Why is it light?
because we blew all the egg white and yolk out of the egg.
So it's a real egg?
Yep, real egg.
Don't break it.
It's fragile, and you can see a bit of the egg just there.
How did you blow the egg yolk out?
So we made this hole on it, and this here with our
Skewer?
skewer, and poked it through the bottom. And you can't see it because it's very small. You might see it now, but highly likely not.
Talk loud and clear.
So I used a beige color, a yellow color, a blue color, and a very dark red color. And I really wish I could go back in time and change it just so I can get the paint to squeeze on it instead of painting on it. But can't do that. And Mum helped me paint, overpaint them so it looked more better. I left space on the bottom and the top because I wanted to leave that there, and then I looked and found this blue. Mum found it for me, and then she was wondering if I would use it, and then I said sure, and then it turned out like this color. And I keep it in this cup, just in here in my room, sitting on what's it that?
Just your shelf.
A shelf thing. And I used an orange. I forgot to mention that. And Mum got it from a cupboard, and she thought I could do this for the coming Easter.
What are your plans for May? Do you have any plans of what you might like to work on?
I might do, what do you call them again?
Beatos?
Yes.
Yeah, you haven't done any of those for a while. You've been saying that for a few videos, but you haven't done them.
And it's only been 18 minutes and 6 seconds.
So,
go away, comment.
So that's about all we've got to talk about this month. It's been a busy month. And I think next month's going to be very busy for me at work. Got a lot going on, but I'll still make sure I do some stitching at the end of the day. So I hope you enjoyed our video again for this month.
Even though it was only 18 minutes. And
it's a shorter one, but that's okay. We like to do short videos. It makes it easy for us to upload.
8 minutes and 44 seconds.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
See you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's my hand.